Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, like I said last time in our live chat, I will put a stitch. I finally find the time to do it. This stitch works with even numbers. I'm gonna use 3.0 millimeter crochet hook. You can use any crochet hook that you want or the yarn recommends. Okay, so I chain here even numbers. We're gonna do a small sample. So I have, I think, 12 chains here. We're gonna skip the first chain, and into the second chain from the hook we're gonna do a single crochet. Move to the next chain, single crochet, and this row is gonna be single crochet in each chain. This stitch has only one row repeat, but I have to tell you this one is gonna eat some yarn. So if you have yarn that you want to get rid of, maybe you don't like, you can make a present, blanket, a scarf, if you want. And this one will build up fast, especially if you use let's say a thicker yarn. So the last chain, we're gonna do single crochet there also. Chain one, turn your work. So into the first stitch here, we're gonna go in there, pick up a loop, pull the yarn through the first loop, go back again into the stitch, pick up a loop, pull the yarn through that loop, then yarn over the hook, go back again into the stitch, and we're gonna do like a small puff. So pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, go back again. So I went twice. If you want bigger this loop, not necessarily the loop, the puff, then you're gonna go 3 times. Then pull the yarn through all the loops, chain one. And when you chain this one, it's important not to forget to chain one. Yeah. When you pull this, pull a little bit loose. Yeah. Then we're gonna skip the next stitch, and into the next we're gonna repeat. Yeah. You go back again, pull through the second loop, then yarn over the hook and go back again into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, go back again into the stitch and pull another loop. So we have like 2, 4, 6, 7 loops. Then pull the yarn through all the loops, chain one. It's important to have this a little bit loose when you chain one. Yeah. Then you're gonna skip the next stitch, and into the next you're gonna repeat. Like I said, this stitch has only one row repeat. But this is not the row that you're gonna do. Yeah. This is just the base. And pull the yarn through all the loops, chain one. Skip the next stitch, and into the next you're gonna repeat. Pull up a loop, pull the yarn through the first loop. You go back again for the second loop, pull the yarn through the second loop, yarn over the hook, and we're gonna do a puff there. And pull the yarn through all the loops, chain one. Skip the next stitch, and into the next we're gonna repeat. Go through the first loop, you pull up the second loop, pull the yarn through the second loop, yarn over the hook, go back into the stitch, pull up a loop, and so on. Then chain one, and at the end you're gonna be left with 2 stitches. We're gonna skip the next stitch, and into the next, which is the last, we're gonna go in there and do the same. We're gonna pick up a loop, pull the yarn through the first loop, go back again into through the stitch, pull the yarn through the second loop, then you're gonna do a puff. Like I said, you're gonna go many times, as much as you like. Then pull the yarn through all the loops, then chain one. Turn your work. So the first row is going to look like this. Okay, so from this moment forward, this will be the row that you're going to repeat on and on and on until you finish your work. So we have here this puff, whatever, gathering of yarn here, and we have this line. You see that line here? We're going to do like front post. We're going to work, I'm going to pick up that line, and we're gonna do the same. You pick up a loop, pull the yarn to the first loop, you go again around that line, a second loop, you pull the yarn to the second loop, yarn over the hook, and you're gonna do through that line a small puff, and pull the yarn through all the loops, chain one. It's important to loose, because this will be this one, this line will be the one next time, next row you're gonna work through. So you move to the next, and you have the line right here, and you're gonna do like front post. So you're gonna go around that line, and on each side you're gonna have like V's, because when you work front post, that's gonna give you that V's on each side. So you move to the next and pick up the line, and you're gonna repeat. And at the end you're gonna finish with a single crochet in each stitch. I'm gonna show you at the end. So you skip this cluster of puffs and whatever, and you're gonna go to the line, and you're gonna repeat. So this is the stitch. Chain one, move to the next, and you're gonna skip this, but you're gonna find the line. It's right here. It's right there. And you're gonna do a puff, pull the yarn through all the loops, then you're gonna chain one. And at the end here we don't have any line, so we're gonna go straight on top of this whatever we worked here. So the stitch is right on top. It's right here. So you're gonna repeat. I'm gonna go back again for the second loop, and then we're gonna do a puff. Maybe this way it's easy for you to remember the order of how you're supposed to do this. Chain one, turn your work, and you're gonna repeat. So you see you have these V's here. Yeah. So this is gonna, each side and the other side is gonna have. So what you're gonna do, you have the line right here. Yeah? So you're gonna pick up that line and you're gonna repeat. You can work this stitch with, even though the yarn doesn't recommend a bigger crochet hook, maybe you can use a bigger one and see, maybe you like a little bit air out, not so tight, not so compact, the stitch. But if you want for a blanket to keep you warm, then maybe you should work with exactly the yarn, the crochet hook that the yarn recommends. This yarn that I'm working now recommends that I should use 3.5, but I'm working with 3.0, so it's going to be a little bit tight and compact. So you move to the next, and you have the line right here. So you're going to repeat. And after I finish this row, I'm going to show you to finish with single crochet in each stitch. So you skip all this and you have the line. This is the line. So you're gonna do. It's easy because we put so much behind this line that's why I said leave it a little bit loose. When you chain this one, leave it a little bit loose. So here at the end we have the stitch on top. It's right here. So you're gonna kind of have to tilt it a little bit just to make sure that you pick up the two. You have two there, and you're gonna repeat. And you're gonna do a puff, pull the yarn through all the loops, chain one. Let's say you want to finish, close the work, you finished, So each side is gonna have this V's. Yeah, this side has it, and this side has it, and it's really compact. So if I was to work with 3.5, I think this will be a little bit loose. You can see through. So that's why I said maybe you should try to see, just as a sample, with a bigger crochet hook, even though the yarn is telling you not to use a big one. So now at the end, you want to close. You chain 1 here. You're gonna turn your work, and you're gonna go to the first stitch, single crochet, the one here, the next stitch, see, single crochet, then the one here on top of, like on the side. So you see we worked through this line, so the stitch is right here on top, single crochet, you go to the next, single crochet, move to the next, and so on. And you're going to finish with a single crochet in each. In case you want to make a blanket, at least the top and the bottom will have stitches. So if you choose to put a border, then you're going to have so you have here single crochet, and then you're going to go on the side here, on the side here you're going to pick up, and you're going to do a single crochet, then you're going to chain 1, cut your yarn, and you are done. So this is the stitch. So it's going to build up really fast. So we did 3 rows, and it's already building up really fast. Imagine if you have a thicker yarn, if you do a scarf, and this is going to be like this on the, because this is the stitch that I did a scarf. This is the stitch. From this it came about. So what I thought is, let's see if I can do this stitch different, so it looks a little bit different than this one. This stitch, it's on Natty Crochet, so you can go there. I think I have a blanket and a scarf with tutorials, a tutorial for the blanket and a tutorial for the scarf. Yeah. So what you see here, you're gonna have on the sides of the blanket. So maybe on top you're gonna put, I have a edge tutorial, it's a pink, the thumbnail, it's a pink material or whatever yarn. So you can to have this on top and the bottom. Maybe you can go to Natty Crochet and you will search for that edge for the blanket, because you're gonna have this on both sides of the blanket or the scarf. Yeah, if you are to work like this. If you are to work vertical, then things change. You're gonna have this on the bottom of the scarf or the blanket, top or bottom. Okay, so this is the stitch. I hope you enjoy. Try to do something with this if you find some useful projects to do. Well, thank you for watching. Have a good day.